Hello, everyone. What a day already, right? Hello, I'm Rachel Tessman from stampyourartout.com. Today is May 26th at 11 a.m. No, it's 11:35 a.m. Central Time as I'm broadcasting to you live from YouTube. If you are live with me, then you found me. Welcome back. That was crazy. I don't know what happened. And I'll tell you, when your video cuts out during a live and you can't get back on, there's a lot of little things that you have to do in order to get it restarted. Like we had to have a whole new link. But it looks like a lot of you found me. Thank goodness Trisha found me. Trisha, welcome again to you. Trisha Josephs, who has a little wrench symbol next to her name. She is my moderator. Thank you for letting people know that I had lots of things to do behind the scenes. I saw your comment about that. And if, by the way, you have to go at noon, I will totally understand. But I'll try to go fast. In fact, we have a lot of things cut already and ready to go. So, on that note, I deleted the other video, so I basically have to start fresh, but welcome everyone. It is going to be a fun video if we can get through it, because I not only have a fun project idea to share with you, I've also got some gifts and goodies that I received on the incentive trip that I was just on. So you can see I got a little bit more sun on my face. That's because my family and I, along with some other Stampin' Up demonstrators and their families, were on a Stampin' Up incentive trip to Maui. It was a really nice time. We just got back, well, my family got back Monday morning on the red eye, so we slept all day. And then Tuesday, I got inspired, actually I got inspired during the trip to recreate a project that I just had to share. And Jackie Ross, she did a swap. And so thank you, Jackie. She did a swap that my upline Susan Campfield received. I wanted to duplicate the idea of it, and so I'm going to share that with you today. I'm feeling kind of ADD right now. My mind is scattered in all different directions. You can see there's goodies behind me. I'm not going to show all of those to you, but I have photographed everything that's back here, and that's going to show up in my blog post that I've now rescheduled to activate, to go live on my blog at 1:15 p.m. Central Time instead of 12:15. So we're going to push it out an hour just so that I can make sure that I've got all of my glitches taken care of from the issue that we had on the first recording that I have now deleted. Okay, so welcome back to those of you that were with me the first time, and welcome to anyone who's finding me live for the first time, or that you didn't see the other one before. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to have fun. Now, I do want to tell you that I wasn't going to be live today. I was going to take today off because, again, we just got back on Monday, and I didn't think I'd be able to pull anything together, but I love to share. I just was so excited to share this idea. Plus, I have to share the swaps and some other goodies with you. So we had to do a live. That was just it. If you are joining me and you're live, you can comment. Trisha Josephs is with us at least for the next 20 minutes, and she will be answering questions and taking care of anybody that needs direction. We do have in the description of the video the supply list, which I didn't share last time. So it's a good thing we're doing this the second time around. I've got the supply list and measurements in there. Not the measurements, sorry, the supply list. And then you'll be able to access the supplies and measurements, the sheet that I'm going to show you in just a second here. You'll be able to access that on my blog post, which, by the way, the link is in my description of my video. And again, that will go live at 1:15. So what am I going to share? Well, let's go over to our measurement supply list. And we're going to do a note card wallet, and we're going to be using products that you can see listed there, the Bloom Where You're Planted 12 by 12 designer paper. And really you can use any designer paper for this kind of project, but you want to make sure that it's a non-directional designer paper and both sides of the designer paper coordinate well with each other. We're also going to use the Perfect Plants dies. I'm not using the stamp set that goes with it because I think I forgot to buy it. but we're going to be using the Inspired Thoughts Cling stamp set instead. We'll be using the Expressions in Ink ephemera pack. And all of those products that I just listed, those 4 things, are new in the annual catalog that just debuted May 4th. So some fun new goodies that we're going to share. We're also going to use the new color, Evening Evergreen, and possibly even the ribbon. I'll show you a version, I guess, with that ribbon. And then we've got some adhesives in there, some tools. And if you look off to the right on that paper that I've got on the screen there, there's not a lot of measurements because we're going to be using note cards. And the note cards are already pre-cut and scored for us, ready to go. And the designer paper starts out as 12 by 12, and then we just put a bunch of score lines in it. It's kind of like origami. In fact, it is origami because origami, yeah, this is origami. We're doing origami today. What else do you want to, oh, and then we're going to use some scraps from some of the designer paper. So let's move over to our desktop area. By the way, you don't have to screenshot this. This, again, will be something that you can print off when you get to my blog post that will go live. So let's head to the desktop and we'll take a look at the pretty papers that we have. So these papers are again from the Bloom Where You're Planted Designer Series paper pack. You can see the colors listed are Cajun Craze, Cinnamon Cider, Evening Evergreen, Garden Green, Gray Granite, Just Jade, and Basic White. We've got these beautiful papers that are double-sided. Stampin' Up! Papers, most all of them, of the designer papers, are double-sided. Couple of these papers, by the way, coordinate with the dies, which is why I didn't need the stamp set, because we can use the dies directly on the paper. This one, this one, this one, those 3 right there can be die cut with the dies. 1, 2, 3. And then we've also got this one here, which can be die cut with 1, 2, 3 dies that come in that die set. But let's take a look at the patterns first. So here's plants and kind of a wood grain look. This one, tons of leaves and a brick look. We're going to set that one over here because we're going to use that one, the full sheet of it. Then we've got this one here, and the back side is kind of like little, is it fern? I think, kind of like gray fern. And then we've got this one, and you'd think you could die cut these, but you can't. But they are, I mean, you could fussy cut them out, and you'd have instant little card embellishments, just like that. And then we've got kind of a plank, light pale brown wood plank look. This one here is a dark fern, Evening Evergreen, and some Garden Green there. And then we've got the bricks on this side. And then we've got this one, which kind of has a ceramic tile look. And this pattern, which you can take and cut into 4-inch wide columns this way, so 4, 4, and 4, and then take each of those strips and cut them into 5 1/4-inch pieces. Then once you've cut them, you can take and stamp or put a little label piece on the top or something, but just one little thing just to decorate up the front, or make it a birthday card or whatever. You have an instant card layer just from that paper. Okay, we're going to set that over here. We're going to pull in these pieces that I forgot to bring over and show you that yes, you can die cut. So I took and I die cut this branch, or this leaf set. This one here you have to fussy cut. I did fussy cut that one out because I thought it was totally worth it. And then we've got a couple little pots. And so let me show you what those pieces look like. I'm not going to be doing the die cutting for you today. You'll want to watch some previous videos if you want to have some steps for doing die cutting. But let's take a look at the pieces that I did die cut and fussy cut, and we'll zoom in because we're just taking up too much room. There we go. So these 5 pieces I die cut with the dies in this little pack here, and this is called the Perfect Plants Dies from the Bloom Where You're Planted suite. So we use this one, this one, and this one, and then we use this one and this one. And again, there is another one that you can die cut from the paper. It's kind of like a succulent or cactus or something like that. But you can see that there's other pieces here. Those coordinate with stamp set images. There's a couple pots and plants and macrame and you know, other things there. They coordinate really well with that stamp set. So we've die cut those, and I fussy cut this one just using my paper snips, my scissors. Then I've also got some pieces from this ephemera pack. So you get 5 sheets that look like this, and they're laser cut foil sheets of paper. And what I did is I pulled in all of the, I want to say greenery, but it's goldery. Gold leaf pieces, okay? So I've pulled those all in. And then with that ephemera pack, you get some self-adhesive sequins that are iridescent. So they've got all those little fun colors, those pastel colors kind of coming through, depending on the light. All right? Okay, how are we doing, everybody? I think I covered everything that I covered last time. I don't know. So we've got our stamps mounted. We've got them ready to go. In fact, I just left them inked. Oh, here. I just left them inked up from, from the sample that I made yesterday. So we're going to be using the Evergreen, Evening Evergreen ink. And we'll be using some note cards. So the note cards and envelopes come in a pack like this. So you get 20 note cards, 20 envelopes, and those are in basic white. When you fold them, because they come flat like this, when you fold them, you have cards that are 3.5 by 5 inches, and they are mailable. This is like the minimum size for mailing in the US. I'm not sure about other countries, but in the US, you can mail a card this size or larger, and this is our note card size. So it just takes a forever stamp. Okay, we've got our envelopes ready, we've got our note cards ready. I did mention in the other video, forgot to mention it here, that sometimes when you fold them, you can see kind of the overlap. You can see one layer might be a little bit more extended than the other. That extended layer, we want to have that on the front because I think it's going to look best not to see that exposed area. All right, what else do we want to say before we get moving here? I think that's it. So I'm going to move some things off to the side so that I don't get ink on them, like this paper. Okay, here. We're going to bring this in. We're going to start doing some scoring. So I'm going to zoom out just a bit. How is everybody? You call those pieces salad. Janet, I love that. She goes, I call those pieces salad. That's clever. Very funny. Oh, I love it. I'm going to use that. And I just looking at the comments now, it reminded me too that I forgot to mention that my last live that I did 2 weeks ago before I went to Hawaii, I did not look at the comments yet, and I apologize for that, but I did the live, then we packed the next day, and then we pretty much left. And I was on vacation mode. So forgive me for not reading any comments yet, but I will. I will get to those soon, and I will try to answer those questions that anybody wrote in the after live comments or the during live comments that maybe Trisha couldn't get to. This is the designer paper piece that I've selected from this pack here, and we're going to, you can see it's kind of non-directional. I mean, there is kind of an up and down to it, but it doesn't have to necessarily have an up and down, if that makes sense. So we're going to score this, and we're going to score at 2 inches in on each side, and then we're going to score closer to the center to make kind of a binding. So to do that, in fact, here, let me show you what I'm going to show you what the project looks like, because then you'll get a better idea. Now, I do have a photo image. When you see a preview of the live, you can see kind of what we're going to do, but this is the project. We're going to move this out of the way so you can see it better. So it's a note card little wallet, and when you look at it this way, you can see it's got kind of like little areas for pieces to go in. So we're going to open it up, and there we have our note cards inside. Aren't they cute? I love these. So these are the note cards. Oh, thanks, Stacy. I did my nails for the trip. So we've got some note cards in here. In fact, I could maybe even just walk you through making one of them since you're seeing all of them finished right here. I'll walk you through making one of them. How does that sound? And then we can move on to the other goodies that I got from the incentive trip. So those are the note cards and the envelopes, and I put the envelopes on one side along with one card, and I put the other two cards on the other side. So this is what we're making. Isn't that cool? Now, it holds shut because I do have magnets in a couple spots here that are within the folds of the paper. I do have a link to the magnets that I purchased. They come in this little cute container. They're about 1/4 of an inch in diameter. I do have a link to that in the description of the video too if you want to use them. Otherwise, here is another finished one. And this one I've just used, again, that's why I wrote optional on there, the Evening Evergreen Open Weave Ribbon, just to hold it shut. Let's take a look at this one. See, because there's no cards inside this one, but you can see where the seam is. So we're going to open this up. There's no adhesive. It's origami, right? You're going to open this up, and you can see how this kind of comes together. Fun, right? So let's go the opposite way and actually assemble it now that I've taken this apart. So here we go. Thanks, Kelly. Okay, so we're going to take the designer paper and we're going to bring it into our trimmer and bring it right up to the 2-inch mark here, like that. And be careful with designer paper when you're scoring. By the way, use the light blade when you score, but be careful with it because if you press too hard, sometimes scoring blades can cut into thinner papers like designer paper. Sometimes we get so used to cardstock and we press hard for cardstock to get an indentation. And then when we go to do our designer paper, we forget that we're using thinner paper and sometimes we slice it. So be really careful when you're using designer paper. We're going to shift it over to the 5 3/4 inch mark and we're going to put a score line in there again. And then we're just going to flip it around 180 degrees. And we're going to do the same thing on the opposite edge. So 2 inches and 5 3/4 inches. That way you only have to remember 2 measurements, okay? 2. Now we're going to flip this way. We're going 90 degrees and we're going to do a score line at the top. We're going to count this as the top area and we're going to do that at 2.5. And then we're going to go further in and go to the 8 1/4 inch and do another score line. Okay, now we can move our trimmer / scoring blade out of the way. So we didn't do any cutting, it's just one square piece still. Now we have to find those score lines, which sometimes are harder to do on designer paper because we've got a pattern going on there. But we can see that here is a 2-inch piece, so that our other 2 inches on the opposite side here, okay? We're going to actually do it, I think we're going to fold it this way instead. So when you're folding, make sure that your edges are not tilted. Make sure everything is lined up. We're going to go like that, and then we're going to go like this. We're using our bone folder to give those creases an extra crisp crease. And then we're going to do that other score line. We got 2 score lines in the middle there. So we're just going to go ahead and press those down, open back up. We're going to press this one down. And it's so close to the other one that you kind of have to be careful. Okay, let's grab that one. There it is. And we're going to crease there. So we're creasing along these first because that's the first section that we're going to actually fold. So you can see now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 folds in there. Okay? All right. So now that we've got those creases in there, now we're going to open it and we're going to fold every corner. And every corner is just going to be a 90 degree, a 45 degree angle. So we're going to take and bring this edge here, from here to here, from this point to this point, and we're going to bring that edge and we're going to line it up with this fold that is in the crease here. And we don't want to have it right next to it, but pretty darn close, and definitely not overlapping. So we're just going like that. And if you can fold it without crinkling the paper in there, then you've done well. Okay, so we've got a 45-degree angle here. We've just folded that corner in. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other end. So you're just going to bring this one up and bring it right to that spot, but not over and not completely. Oh, here, make that a little straighter. Like that. There we go. So now we've got our folded in corners. You're going to do the same thing to the other side. It is pretty paper, isn't it, Cheryl? I hadn't played with it yet until, you know, I'm going to bring this one in a little bit more. I hadn't played with it yet until this project, and I said, which paper can I use? Oh my gosh, I have to use this paper. Okay, so this one, same thing. So we'll just bring it right in. Not too close because you don't want it to get bent up. And you can test it. Yep, that looks good. And then we'll do the same thing here. It's beautiful paper. And this one I love the most because, again, Hawaii. Every time, and I've only gone there twice, but every time I go to Hawaii, I want to move there. It's so beautiful there, you guys. Okay, so there we go. Now, where are the other two score lines? We have one here. So this is the 2.5 inch score line section that we folded in. And this one is a little bit deeper in the paper. So this is 2.5, and this was our 8.25 inch. Okay, so this one's going to be the top, and this one's going to be the bottom. And you can go ahead and crease them, you know, just to kind of get the fibers of the paper broken or whatever. You can do that now if you want to. It also kind of helps you to know what the top and the bottom is, but they're actually going to get folded in the opposite direction. And the more you fold back and forth on this wallet, the better anyways. So don't worry which way you're folding, because you're gonna want to break those fibers enough so that the wallet is pliable. Okay, so now that we've figured out where the top and the bottom is, we're going to refold these back in like that and like that. Then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to fold this down and this one up. And that's it. Honestly, there's no adhesive or anything. So you can either tuck this way, the top one into the bottom one, or you can tuck the opposite way. So you can tuck the bottom one into the top one. But whatever you do, stick with it, because once you've done that, then you have to deal with the little bubbling. Do you see there's a little bubbling here that goes on? And that's because that fraction of an inch of paper is going to buckle just a little bit until you kind of get it moving again. So we're going to go ahead and fold in this direction again, and we're going to get that bone folder in there, and we're going to give it good creases all the way around. And then we're going to do this side, and we're going to fold it. So you're going to have to just expect that the buckling will occur. Okay, there's a little bit of it, which is probably why why Jackie Ross did hers with the top one going down, because when you look at it this way, you can kind of see that gap in there. But another advantage to having the gap in this direction instead of the opposite direction is if you want to, you could stick some postage stamps in there. It's like a little pocket for extra postage, right? You've also got pockets here. So if you don't add dimensionals to your cards and you want to stick more cards in, you might even be able to get some stuff in here. You know, like you could put postage in there, or you could put your envelopes in the sides here. It's up to you. I guess I wouldn't pack it too full unless you're going to bind it shut with ribbon. We're not going to bind it shut with ribbon. I'm going to show you how I got those magnets in there, because ribbon is pretty self-explanatory. You tie it around, tie it in a bow, right? But we want to duplicate this one. This one is the more complicated of the two. So let's go ahead and get this one put together. So we're going to pull these guys out so we can kind of see what we did. So I'm going to open this up here. What I did is I took, and I can't open it all the way because I've adhered that part down, but I've taken and put magnets at the corners here, at the top and at the bottom I've got magnets. So we're going to do that right now with 2 of our magnets. And they are really strong magnets, by the way. You're going to be using 4 of them. So we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll fold them in half and stick them back in the box. We'll grab our glue dots and our take your pick tool. Oh, I'm so glad that you like it, Cheryl. Thank you. It's a fun little gift idea, isn't it? So we're going to open this up now. Flip it over. And we're going to take and open up one of the corners. Grab a magnet. Oops. Grab a magnet and stick it. They're tiny. We're going to stick it right down in that corner. And then we're going to grab another glue dot. Where is it? There it is. And we're going to stick that on there and stick that in the corner. Now you don't want to do that to the other 2 corners yet, although that's where they're going to be going. But first what you want to do is you want to kind of pair these up together. So we're going to open up the paper completely, and we're going to go like that. We're going to kiss the magnets together. So this one, because there's 2 sides to a magnet. Do you know that? There are. So you have to just let it go. Yeah, see, it wanted to flip over. I would have totally taped it wrong, you guys. So it flipped on me and connected. And then we grab another glue dot and we put it on this side. So those 2 magnets are right now together. There's 2 magnets there. And we're going to grab this corner and we're going to kiss them. So we're going to pair them up and kiss them together. Now we can take, because I've got the glue dot connected to the paper now, we can take and carefully pull those 2 apart. And you can see the magnets are up there. Can you see that? Then we'll do the same thing in the other corner. Take the magnet first. The magnet's going to dictate where it goes, right? Let it go. Flipped over on me. I would have guessed wrong again. So we'll put the glue dot on the back side and we'll kiss these 2 together. Okay, now after we've done that, see, they want to just pull at each other. There we go. So now what we can do is we can fold everything back the way it was. So that goes this way, this goes this way. We're going to flip the whole thing over like that. We're going to pull this down. We're going to pull this up. And again, you can go either way. Doesn't matter. And then give it a good crease. Give it a good crease in this direction. See, it already wants to close. It wants to magnetize shut. See? Isn't that nice? It's got like all this pull now. So it's really strong, and it's gonna grab onto those pieces and hold it shut. Okay, then what did we do for the front of it? Let's look at this one again. What I did on this one is I stuck a couple leaves in there. Which ones did I use? I used my leftover ones. So looking at the cards that I created here, I've got 3 cards. You can see, you know, this one I paired up with this pot. And to do that, in fact, we'll just do this one right now, okay? What I did is I stuck just a strip of seal adhesive behind there at the top. And that held my plant in place where I wanted it to be, just by a little bit though. You can see there's hardly anything, you know, hanging on there, but I've got a little bit there. And then I took my sprigs or whatever else I was doing, and I added that, and I think I even put a little extra adhesive back there. And I took this gold sprig and I put it, I believe, here, so it's peeking out a little bit. Is that what I did? I did. Okay, and then this one, and it's very sticky back there. There's lots of tape. This one came from the front. So I think I kind of tucked it within and made it kind of come out like that. So that's how I did that, just with a little bit of seal adhesive. Now it's not sturdy. It's going to fall apart on me unless I'm unless I'm good about getting that adhesive nice and strong. But what I want to do now is I want to take mini glue dots. Mini glue dots are awesome for these tiny little areas that you want to get in. So we're going to put one there, and we're going to put one here so that we've got one on both sides to hold this salad piece down to the pot. And then we're going to put a couple on the bottom. And you wouldn't have to use all mini dimensionals. You could, you know, combine them with your regular ones if you don't want to have to just deal with these putsy little tiny ones. But I like the putsy little tiny ones sometimes. Now this one we can connect here, so I've overlapped it onto the foil piece and the salad piece. And then we've got another one which I'm going to just put here, because then it's clinging onto both pieces as well too. And then we'll just stick one at the top like that. Okay, so then we'll grab our note card and we'll peel these. Actually, I didn't stick these down yet. Hang on. Hang on, Rachel. What I did next is I got stray hairs. I got some cat hair on there. I put this down where I wanted it to be, and I love the shadow behind it, which is why I did dimensionals. You wouldn't have to use dimensionals, but I like the shadow that it creates. So if you wanted to, you could omit the dimensionals and just stick the whole thing down, maybe use like multi-purpose liquid glue or something. That way you can get more cards maybe into the wallet. I don't know. We're going to use our Evening Evergreen ink and our already mounted stamp. We're going to lay this where we want it to go, kind of eyeball it, and then we will stamp our hello. Okay, next we add this. And the inside of the card, we're going to pair up with, I think I paired that up with the Thinking of You. Thinking of You, I was right. So we're going to stamp that on the inside. Make sure I have the backings off. Okay, so this goes here. Such a pretty plant. And then the inside is going to say thinking of you on your special day. So this could be like a birthday or whatever. It could be a graduation. Lots of kiddos are graduating. Lots of people are graduating right now. Oh, I got that a little crooked. Don't tell anyone. I'm pickier than most people, I guess. So maybe nobody even saw that. Did you guys see that? It's tilted ever so slightly. The last thing that I want to do is I want to add my adhesive sequins. So let's grab those. And I'm just going to stick a couple. I like to do odd numbers. A lot of you who have been doing card making for a while know that things look great in odd numbers. If you're into art of any sort or layouts or designs, odd numbers are very appealing to the eye. Believe it or not, it's true. So I have three little highlighted areas, and then lots of glitz from the gold too. So that's how you make the cards. This one did it the same way, only I used this branch instead. Okay, so we're going to set that one aside because we're not going to use that on the front. And on this card, I used the big leaf cluster like that. So that one we'll set aside and pretend that we've already used up. Let's bring in those envelopes again. Because I'm not doing all three cards because I want to show you all these goodies from the trip, we'll just pretend like we got them all done. So those are done, which means we have left these two gold pieces here. So we're going to take those two gold pieces and we're just going to open up our wallet one more time because I think it's easiest if you just open it up. And because this is the top, this is the bottom, this is going to be the front, right? So we're just going to lift it, grab them with my thick fingers. My fingernails are thick when they have nail polish on them. So we're going to add it right about here. And that's all I did, you guys. I just kind of put some adhesive there. and taped it down. And that's how I got that look. Super easy. Then you can just open it back up again. Bring these back in. Tuck, tuck. Stick our cards in here like this. And our card and envelope in here like this. Actually, we'll leave that one out so you can see it. We'll close this one up also because I want you to be able to see all of these at once, you guys. They're so fun. So this is just, again, another way of closing it is just to take ribbon. Now, if you're going to do ribbon, though, I wouldn't do probably these pieces because on the front, because you don't want to have your ribbon catching on them and maybe possibly ruining them. So I guess I would just omit that. You could maybe put like a sentiment on the front or something. But there's a couple ways of having the front of your case design, and then the inside looks like that. And it just, if you tuck them in far enough, then the magnets hopefully will hold. The top one's holding pretty well. I might have to play around with that bottom one. But there you go. Fun! Isn't that awesome? I love these. These are so cute. So adorable. Origami. All right, so now I have lots of other things to share with you. I think what we're going to do, let me make sure that I've covered everything here, because I've got so many goodies behind me. Let's make sure. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that next. Okay. So anyways, there's the finished project. Yay! I'm going to set that aside for a minute. We're just going to make sure that those are still off to the side because I got to draw for door prizes, right? So let's go over to, oops, hang on. Do you see this behind me? There's a lot. So this is a basket full of goodies. There's a whole pile back here. There's even more goodies back here. I'm going to just share with you visually in the video swap cards that I received and this stack. And I'm going to tell you what that stack is real soon. So let's go back to the table. Swap cards. I received lots of swaps, 25 of them. What you do on these trips is you sign up for the swaps if you want to. You don't have to. My upline signed up for 2 swaps. I signed up for 1, so I got 25 cards back. I did cards. And I received so many beautiful, great ideas. So let's zoom in just a little bit here so you can see them a little closer. And I will try to give credit to each demonstrator who created them as we breeze through them. I'm not going to remember names of all the products, but they pretty much all feature new stuff. So if you're enjoying it, you'll want to breeze through the products that we have in the online store or the catalog and find some of this stuff. This is the very pretty hand-penned suite of products with that new floral punch and the stamp set that coordinates with it. This card was made by Chris Slogar. Thank you, Chris. I love the texture on the, I think this is the mint paper, or is this the new, this might be the new, is it the soft succulent? I don't think it is. I don't know, it could be. No, soft succulent's a little bit more of a mossier color. So this is our mint color, I believe. And then we've got the Highland Heather new ribbon on it. There's nothing on the inside. She did a little bit of stamping on the inside, but I'm not going to show the insides of most of the cards. But isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. This is the hand-penned stamp set, or the one that's in that hand-penned suite. Just some cute stuff. This is one of the images, I believe, that comes in there. I love the layering. I love how this stamp set comes together. These colors on the inside of the flowers are done just with the stamp set itself. This card was done by Tammy Shaia. Tammy Shaia. I think that's how you say her name. Very pretty card. Love the colors. This card, I'll tell you who it is. That way I don't have to share their business cards or anything. I don't want to... I don't want to expose their information if they don't want it shared. But Lisa Brown did this card here. Lots of fun pink on it, using the new polished pink ribbon, some real intricate looking die cut pieces through here. It looks like they used, is this the new vellum? No, I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh, it is. It's the new vellum. Very pretty. And is this the new vellum too? It is. That's the sheer vellum. It's hard to see, it's hard to tell because it's so tiny. Did some blends coloring on the rhinestones. Fun little layers there. I love how the tag angles down like that. Super cute. This card was done by Rose Ward, and she has decorated on the inside too. So it's kind of like a Z-fold, but it's not. It's cut, so it's trimmed here. And then she just removed that area so that when you open the inside of the card, you can see this beautiful little scallop die cut piece here, that layer. She not only die cut 2 layers, gorgeous little scallop rectangular layers there, but she stamped the flowers and then she embossed. And you want to stamp first before you put the embossing on, or you won't be able to get a smooth stamp image. Very fun. And she's got the fun gems that are from that hand pen suite. I've been using that hand pen suite a lot lately. So thank you, Rose, for that beautiful swap card. This one was done by Donna Melcher, and Donna Melcher used the new ribbon. Then she's got the fun fine art floral suite of products, the stamp set, the dies, the embossing folder from the mini catalog. The mini catalog that is, by the way, soon to be retiring, end of June. Some of the products are going to be leaving us. This is using the new Pansy suite, and this card was made by Diane Carr. So she's got the designer paper, she's got some layers, scallop layers in here, some of the new open weave ribbon in the soft succulent color. Very pretty card by Diane. This one was done by Tammy Ackerson. More of the Pansy suite of products. That designer paper is just stunning, you guys. It's gorgeous stuff. And then the stamps themselves, when you stamp them, this is all stamp images here, comes together to make such a beautiful little pansy flower. Very cute. And then she's got those pastel pearls on there in the light purple. Beautiful. This one's a fun fold. This one was done by Kathy Morgan. And Kathy Morgan made an angled easel card. So you can see how that works here. When you stand it up, you've got, so you can see how it's an easel, and it's angled so it kind of props up against these pieces, which are up on dimensional. She's got one of those new bees on there. Isn't that cute? And this is where you place your photo. So she's got a little post-it note here that you can peel away, and you can replace it and stick a photo in there. Love, love, love. How are we doing on the street, on the live here? It feels like it's glitching on me every once in a while. I look up and I feel like something's glitching, but it looks like we're okay. This card was done by Marcia Gay, and she used the peach stuff. So yum, yum, yum. And she even put a little bit of Wink of Stella on the peach, so it looks not only yummy based on the colors, but it has that shine like it's just juicy and ready to eat. I don't know if you're getting that angle too well. It's so pretty. Are you guys seeing some glitches in the video coming across, or is it just me? I feel like there's glitches. Very pretty card. This card is using the the Expressions in Ink suite, and it was done by Kim Peck. Saw her several times on the trip. She's such a sweetheart. She's using the Expressions in Ink paper, the stamp set images that coordinate. Looks like some embossed, the embossed area of the flower. This I thought was kind of fun too. She took those sprinkles. We have these new sprinkles for shaker cards, and they come in green circles, yellow stars, and pink hearts. And then she put the gold gilded gems on top of them. Very fun look. And this one has a really neat angle on the front. This card was done by Wendy Knowles. And here, I'm just going to grab this really quick. So what Wendy did is she took and placed designer paper under this die cut layer on the front of the card, and then it layers the inside of the card as well. So you can see both sides of the designer paper. She's got these fun little faceted gems on there, and the hand pen sweet dies and paper and stamp image. So that was very pretty. Thank you, Wendy. Aren't you loving all these cards, you guys? Oh, good. The video's working for you guys. Good. There's some, maybe it's a glitch on my end. Maybe that's why we got disconnected earlier. Maybe there's something wrong with my iPad. I'm not sure. This card was done by Terry Gaines. Both Susan and I, when we were going through our swaps, were just like oohing and eyeing. This one is so fun. So you see what she did here? She took and put the trees, the die cut trees, between a couple layers here. And then she's got that as the opening part on her card. Isn't that amazing? I love that card. Thank you, Terry. This one was done by Terry Brinkman. And Terry Brinkman's card is using my favorite suite of products. I love this paper so much. And then she took some gold foil and embossed it and added it to the edge there. This is the sheer vellum. I'm not sure if that other stuff was on the other card. I can't tell, but it kind of looked like it. I'm not sure. But isn't this beautiful? It's so pretty. Oh, you know what that could have been now? Now that I think about it? Oh, never mind. It's not. Never mind. Maybe it's just cardstock. Maybe it just looks like sheer vellum. It's kind of an interesting look on the back side. Okay, back to this card. So some die cut little butterflies. They've got a little sparkle to them because they're on the sheer shimmery vellum. And yeah, that's that card. This one was done by Miss Susan Nygaard, and it's using that new paper that when you die cut it out, you have this beautiful full color looking tree of leaves. It's just gorgeous. You've got a couple of birds in the tree, some fun little layers done with the dies that come in the set. Thank you, Susan. This card was done by Jody Reinert. It's Christmas. Get ready for Christmas. Isn't that fun? And she's also used the sheer vellum here. You can kind of see the ribbon underneath it too. It's just a really nice extra product to add into your cards, kind of to give a little embellishment in a way. It's kind of just that little touch of shimmer. Beautiful embossed background here, and the pretty papers. These are all new. The papers, the embossing folder, the ribbon. This one's showing off the new in colors. This card that I'm going to show you here in a minute is done by Natalie Travis. Natalie I got to spend some time with on the trip. She is just such a sweetheart. She's always willing to share ideas and share in so many other ways too. She takes care of people. She brings little medical healing things with her when on her trips. She's just so good to everybody. But that's a fun little spattering of the new in colors. It's a fun way to look at them all. This is made by Joe Golden, using some of the crystal effects, that shimmery crystal effects on top of the leaves and the flowers here. So it's like the flower is all one connected here, but she's got words going through it. She's got embossed background on that pink layer. Isn't that pretty? Such a pretty card. This is using the new hat stamp set and bundle, I should say, because the dies that go with it. This was made by Mary Nabe, and she did a fun little, kind of like it's more of a feminine looking hat because it's got kind of a pinkish tone to it and some glitz to the ribbon that's going across. Life is great. This is the size of the hat, by the way. So if you're looking at that stamp set and die set, the bundle, I think it's called Hats Off to You. That is the size of the hat. It's a cute size hat. It's really a cute bundle. I really should have gotten it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Love that card. This one was made by Tara, and I'm going to botch her name, Syoc, S-C-Y-O-C. So Tara, my apologies to you. And Mary, I'm not sure if I pronounced the K in your name or not. I forgot. Anyways, so my apologies to anybody's names that I'm messing up. But isn't this striking? So she even added a little envelope in here that she put some cardstock on. But she did kind of a shadow look. A new set of dies that we were able to pre-order. I can't remember the name of them. But very fun to give that shadow look, obviously. And then she took and sponged, she probably didn't sponge, she used the new blending brushes and added some color before she, or maybe after she die cut that layer, and then glued all the pieces down. Just striking to look at. This one I wasn't so sure about a certain part of. Monica Gabberty? I think that's how you say your name. Gabberty? Monica Gabberty. So my card came like this, Monica, and I think it was folded in the envelope, and then when you open it up, the leaves kind of poured out in this direction, which I think is kind of a great idea, and it's fun, but I was worried that they might fall off. So then I thought, well, maybe this was positioned in here wrong, and I looked in here and I'm like, no, I think it's glued in there that way. So Monica, if you're watching this video, let me know. It's a very fun look. I mean, it's easy to just fold that in, and then when you open it up, it has this beautiful little spray of leaves that come out. So if that was your intention, I love it. I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. Some of that new paper, just a touch of it there, and the new stamp set, some linen thread behind there, some great layering here, just a little accent of gold to kind of tie into the paper, the embossed background. Very pretty card. This one was made by Celine Kempton. Celine is a sweetheart. There's a few of these demonstrators that I've known for a while. She's a sweetheart also, always giving as well. Anyways, she made a note card size card, and this is where you stick a little gift card. So it's a great little handy gift card holder. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Celine. That's using the pansy papers and stuff. This one I thought was kind of clever with the punch too. Lori Krause. She used that elegant punch, and she used it as if it's kind of like hooked onto the ribbon. Can you see that there? It's like it's just hanging. It's just clever. I thought that was really neat. And this is the new elegantly said stamp set, the papers that go with it. Very fun. I love all of my swaps. I think I got like all top-notch swaps. I'm so excited. This one here was done by Lissa Zwolanic. Lissa, I finally saw and got to talk with her at the end. We've been friends for a while too. Also a sweetheart of a person. She used the new, I forget what they're called, epoxy droplets. Is that what they're called? But she colored them, colored a couple of them. So she's got some fun little diamond shaped ones in there. This is a stamp set that you may not notice in the catalog, but it's there. I found it the other day and then forgot to remember the name of it, but some fun stitching kind of looks in it. So maybe is in the name, I don't remember. And then this is a separate stamp set that has layering words for it. Very cute card. Two more to show you, and then I thought I'd show you something really exciting. So this card is from Amy Story. She used some of the new peach ribbon. I forget what this is called. Is it peach? Hang on. It's called Pale Papaya. Pale Papaya ribbon paired up with the peach suite of products. So the stamp set, the dies, the papers. Very fun. I love the layers on there. Makes you want to just eat them. They're yummy. And then we have, of course, a pretty card like this done with the artistic impressions in ink, expressions in ink. I'm forgetting the name of it. It's my favorite suite. That one there, and then we've got the ephemera pack in here and dies. It's just layered so beautifully. I forgot to tell you who this is from. Hang on a minute. This is from Carol Pizant. So thank you, Carol. Stunning card. Love it. Okay, we're going to set these aside. My husband's coming through. I think he thinks that I'm done with my live, so I'll just have to hope that he doesn't start talking to me. He has no clue that we had a glitch that happened. And thank you all for sticking around so long. So look at this. What's that? It's a mangled up new catalog. I can't show you the inside, but I can show you what's underneath. So on our incentive trip, we were gifted, I should say. We were gifted several things, but among them were lots of new products from the upcoming July through December mini catalog, which does not, by the way, start in July. There was an issue with getting products shipped or whatever, COVID-related shipping issues. So they're actually going to make this catalog begin in August, on August 1st. They're pushing everything out a month. So this catalog and the celebration that will also go along with this catalog will begin August. Okay? I'm just going to call up to my husband really quick. Hey, by the way, Tim, I'm still live. Just want to let you know. Okay. So what else did I get? I got a new stamp set called Heartfelt Wishes. So you can see that. I can't show you the inside of the catalog, but I can show you the products I got. So Heartfelt Wishes, isn't that beautiful with the fun little script there? I love the font on there. And then I got this stamp set called Candy Canes. It's a background stamp set. Very cute. And my third, well, I'll show you that one in a minute. So let me show you some dies, because I got 3 stamp sets, but these are kind of stacked so that things combine, they coordinate together. This here is called the Pretty Pillow Box dies. So you can make these pillow boxes. So you die cut your paper and you can fold it all together and you make these cute little pillow boxes. They're boxes that look like pillows basically. But look at all the fun little flowers and doodads that you get with them. So that's the new pillow box, Pretty Pillow Box dies. Another set of dies that I have coordinate with this paper here. So, and because it's from this suite. This paper is called the Sweet Stockings Designer Series paper. Colors are basic black, bumblebee, cherry, cobbler, cinnamon, cider, evening evergreen, old olive, and pool party. And we have little doggies and kitties and mice and all other kinds of pets too. There's like hamsters, gerbils, birds. It's like a whole plethora of pets. See, there's like canaries or something in there. I'm not sure. Oh, there's goldfish in there. So it's basically like for the pet lovers Christmas paper. Really fun designs. You can see like these two are back to back from each other. These two are back to back. And I'm not gonna, go through them in detail. But just know that there's certain ones like this paper here that you can die cut with the dies. So there's dies that coordinate with this. They're called stocking dies. And you can take and die cut that whole sheet of paper. You can have a whole bunch of stockings for your Christmas cards or whatever you want to make, gift tags. There's kitty heads on here too. I think those are just in the papers. I'm trying to look here. I don't think that the paper itself, I'm sorry, just in the stamps. I don't think the paper itself has the kitty heads and doggy heads and things like that. But anyways, there's a tag in here. There's like a smaller tag. There's like stocking pieces, or yeah, those are the pieces that would go on the ends of the stockings. Does this one go here? Fun stuff. There's a star, there's a bow, there's holly leaves and berries. It's a box opening kind of. That's what we're doing right now. All right, this is next. This paper is called Cute Halloween, Basic Black Flirty Flamingo, Highland Heather, Old Olive, Pumpkin Pie. And again, you can't get this stuff unless you're a demonstrator until August. If you are a demonstrator, there is a pre-order time that begins in July 1st. So if you want it sooner than later, get the starter kit. And get the starter kit this month because the Join Plus special ends May 31st. The Join Plus special, what is that, Rachel? That's basically a promotion that's going on this month, the month of May. If you get the starter kit during the month of May, you get to add an extra $30 in free product to your starter kit. So instead of $125 worth of stuff for $99 plus tax, it's $155 worth of stuff for $99 plus tax. So you get the starter kit now, then in a couple months you get to pre-order stuff. Get it earlier than other people and at a discount. So I've got things laid out here so that you can see the back to this back sides of everything too. And all of these papers, these 6x6 cute Halloween papers, by the way, all have a black and white side, and then the other side is colored. And look at those cute ghosts. Look at the cute kitties and pumpkins. They're so adorable. So lots of fun papers in here. There's cute little bats. They're all cute. Hence the name Cute Halloween, right? So I love these. My youngest son was into skeletons for years and years and years. He loved skeletons. He collected skeletons, even not at Halloween time, like skeletons everywhere. He just loved skeletons. Little houses, scribbles. I love how Susan put it when we were doing a live broadcast from Maui to our team. She called those spooky squiggles. Spooky squiggles, yes. And then this ribbon, which is part of the suite for the Cute Halloween. It's this little gingham kind of ribbon. It's black and white, and you could color it with blends markers so that you have red and black, or red, white, and black, or you could have blue and black, you could have purple and black, yellow and black. So, you know what I mean? You can custom color it. This is new foil paper, and it's called Silver Foil Specialty Pack. But if you kind of look at it, these two here kind of have a purplish hue to them. This is definitely silver. It's very glossy. So if you're wondering why they got rid of silver foil when they retired it in the last annual, now we know, because they're coming back with a silver kind of specialty pack there. All right, what else do we have? We have 3 more things of new products. We have this stamp set called Christmas Season. So they left in our room. It was one of our pillow gifts. So I got the stamp set, and I got the set of dies that coordinate, and I got the paper. The dies are called seasonal label dies, and you can see that there's a lot of framelits that would cut out or frame cut a lot of those pieces here, and then there's maybe some label pieces in there. Then we have this beautiful painted, it's called Painted Christmas designer paper. The colors: coral, Calypso Coral, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Evening Evergreen, Garden Green, Pear Pizzazz, Real Red, Soft Seafoam, and Soft Succulent. This is my favorite, the one that's on top. Isn't that pretty? That reminds me of my grandmother's drawings. She used to draw and paint. I'm missing her lately, I think. Then we have these two, which are back to back. Then we have these two, which are back to back. Very pretty. So they all look like they've been hand painted. This one's really pretty too, with the pine cones. And then we have these leaves here. Love the green. And then this one here, which looks like a bunch of little berries that have been brought up real close to your face. So tiny berries and then big berries. At least that's what I think they are. Prizes. Let's pull those out onto the table here. For our live today, we get to pick a couple winners. And if Trisha is no longer with us, I will pick the names afterwards, but now at this point I'm going to scroll through and see if she's stuck with me. She may have had to go. Oh, she's still here. Bless your heart, Trisha. So the prizes today, and for the after live commenters, so from now, or from when the video ends until next week, we'll have another winner too. But what do those winners get? They get one. I have like I don't know, 20, 30. I probably have 30 of these in my stash, because I used to hold in-person classes. And so I've got, in really great condition, the Stampin' Pierce mat. I have labeled these do not pierce or cut. So they haven't been pierced or cut unless somebody accidentally put a little poke hole here or there in them, but they're pretty darn clean and ready to use. And then I've got a couple sheets of mini dimensionals. So if you are one of 2 winners, you're going to get this mailed to you. If you do not live in the US, I can get you something else. We have tutorials on my website. I can gift you one of my tutorials, so I can send you something that way. But Trisha, I'm going to let you pick 2 names. And while you are doing that, I just want to call out the winner from last time, because we did have a winner from last time. Let's see if I still have that sheet up here. I may have to go to Let's see here. Let's close that one out. Let's close that one out. I think I made it go away. Hang on. Don't look at my computer. You guys aren't looking anyways, right? Yeah, you're just going, what are you doing, Rachel? I'm pulling it up. We have a winner that I drew from last time, and I'm going to make that come across my screen here so we can see her name. And she won a tutorial because last week before the live finished, or I was going on vacation, right? So I wanted to make sure that I could get prizes out to people right away, and I didn't have a lot of time to go to the post office. So, drum roll, brrr, the winner from 2 weeks ago, and out of 221 people who commented on the After Live, so these are After Live comments, Carmen God, is that how you say your last name? You won. So you get to pick a tutorial of your choice, and I will show you that on my computer screen. In fact, can I pull that up right now? I think I can. Is this the one I want? No, that's not the one I want. I'm going to go here. Oh, that's not the one I want either. We're having broadcasting issues still, you guys, or at least it says it is. Okay, so on my website at stampyourartout.com, you're going to go to classes and click on tutorials for sale. So if you're somebody who's picking tutorials, this is how you get there. Once you've clicked on that, you're just going to scroll, and you're going to be able to pick from one of several. I don't even know how many tutorials I've done. It's taking a while. Hang on. So Carmen gets to pick one of the tutorials, and then Trisha probably has already called the live winners. Here we go. Ta-da! So you just scroll through and you peek at any one of those tutorials, and they go forever. Let me just see. They go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You can keep on going. You can go down for a long time. All right, there's lots of things to choose from. Let's go back to me peeking only at the computer. All right, I'm going to scroll to see if Trisha picked anybody. And I might be having issues with that. Let's see here. Did she choose? Oh, she did. She did. Our prize winners today are Trish Flanagan and Patty H. So if that's how you go by on YouTube Live commenting, that's what your name looks like, reach out to me. She's already tagged you in the post, and you can see my email address is written right in there. So make sure you reach out so that I can get your prizes to you. Trying to think if there's anything. Oh, I do want to tell you that pictures of the swap cards, I got kind of a cluster of them in the blog post that's connected to this video. So if you want to see them again, kind of at a glance at once, I have 2 photos of all 25 cards. Otherwise, you'll need to go back through the video to see each one individually again if you want to see the inspiration from that. And then all the other gifts that I got from Stampin' Up! During the trip, besides the products that I shared with you in detail here, are also shown in the blog post in photos. So all the goodies are connected into today's blog post that I got. All those things back there, okay? They're all being shown. And I think that's it. Make sure that you get in on the Join Now special. I need to do some cleaning up on this here so I can find stuff. Hang on. There's my blog. So if you need to find me, you can connect with me at stampyourartout.com. That is my website/blog. I also have an email address if you need to reach me. It's stampyourartout@comcast.net. So please feel free to connect with me. Trying to think if there's anything else that, the next time I'm going to go live. We had so much to share today, you guys. The next time I go live is next Wednesday, June 2nd. It's already going to be June, June 2nd. And I have a really, really pretty card to share with you that I received from Shelly and Sarah, who head up Stampin' Up. Shelly is a co-founder. Her and her sister co-founded Stampin' Up. And she is now a board member, and she's stepped down out of the CEO position, and her daughter is now the CEO of Stampin' Up. So Sarah and Shelly gifted me a beautiful card for my $1 million sales achievement that I got on May 4th. And I'm going to be sharing that card, but I'm going to be doing a simplified version of it so that you can recreate something similar if you'd like to. It's a fun fold. They made me a fun fold, and I'm so excited to share it with you next week. So that will be 11 a.m. on June 2nd. I think that's it. I kept you guys for a long time today. Thank you. I'm going to let you go now, okay? Take care, everybody. Trisha, bless your heart. I love you so very much. I'll let you all go. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. Oh, and now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye.